Now, is it still fun being Doctor Who, or are you a bit over it now?
Best job in the world. No, it's great. It's fantastic. I'm having a ball.
Because it's a big responsibility. I mean, it must be very cool to be Doctor Who, but it's a big responsibility being Doctor Who.
It is, yeah. Yeah, people are very enthusiastic about it, and that can be a bit of an undertaking, yeah.
Yes, yes. Now, I hear, do you get married?
Wow, that...
Is there a Mrs. Who?
It's a very difficult question to answer without giving the plot away.
Ooh.
But yes, he doesn't not get married. Yeah, you'll need to watch and find out. Episode 9.
Episode 9. Yeah. And, of course, John Barrowman's in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And, yes, he's told me some of the things you get up to in the TARDIS.
Really?
Yes. Look at David's eyes now. Has he?
Where are we going now, Graham?
No, apparently you're quite relaxed in the TARDIS.
Go on.
He told me you sometimes just let rip in the TARDIS.
We get almost competitive about it, if I'm honest. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think farting before performing of any kind is an exorcism. It, you know, gets you ready for creativity.
Providing you don't follow through. And that's not so great, is it?
Ideally, yes. Yeah. But I discovered that John feels the same way, and he can thunder them out. I think it's obviously the Glasgow heritage, because he's from Glasgow too. Maybe there's a kindred spirit there, maybe.
Oh, right. But are they smelly or just loud?
Just loud, powerful.
Marvellous.
This is just like being on the Culture Show.
Is it true that you keep all your costumes?
Yes.
So, but presumably you need a warehouse for them or something, do you?
Well, now I do. I had a little costume room in the garage in my house, and it's long since... I now have them in special boxes stacked.
Oh, you know what you need? Those special bags you put them in, then you get the vacuum cleaner, and then you can...
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And then you can store them all winter.
Yeah, you couldn't do that to Cruella's costumes or...
Oh, actually, I've got pictures of some of your famous costumes.
Oh, do you? They're so incredible.
Les Liaisons Dangereuses.
I have that one.
But now, do you ever wear it?
All the time. I put it on to go grocery shopping.
Yeah. Glenn Close is here again. Can't she let it go?
Yeah.
But the Cruella ones were... they were amazing,
They were great costumes. Anthony Powell. Yeah. There was a woman in New York who had the most wonderful, probably, I think, the best costume shop. And she's made my costumes. She's now no longer with us, but Barbara Matera had the most extraordinary group of women who would do beading like no one else ever. So I consider my costumes as works of art, and they are, because to remake them would be impossible now.
What was that thing where you thought you'd delight some children by being Cruella de Vil?
Oh, yes. Yes, I don't know. It was down. Harry Connick had invited my daughter and I to go down to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. And it was at one of the day parades, and a little girl came across the street with her mother, kind of quivering for an autograph. And you know, her mother said, this was Cruella. And the little girl goes... And I thought, I'm not Cruella, right? And I went... And she went... She burst into tears. So right now I have to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because it's scary for children.
And what about things like Fatal Attraction? Do you keep those?
Yes.
And do you get, like, the stains and the bloodshot and the...
Stains?
Well, you know, blood and
yes.
gunshot holes.
In fact, I have a very funny story about my costume. The original ending of Fatal Attraction was I killed myself, which really is, she would have done that. But they changed it. 6 months after we had finished shooting, we found ourselves reshooting the ending in this little seedy studio in the Midtown, west side of New York. And I had the white dress on that I wear for the whole last scene, and it was very grubby. We'd done several days of work in it, and I had this little white dog that had to be walked. So, not thinking anything of it, I had blood on it, had dirt. I looked like I had been molested. And I saw these two women approaching me. They're going, and I thought, oh, I forgot. I look like I should be going to the hospital. And they got closer and closer, and I got more and more kind of nervous. And when they got within earshot, they said, what a cute little dog.
Now, because we were talking about that thing of how celebrities who haven't met each other still feel like you can say hello.
That's creepy and weird. If you do that, it's so strange. But yeah, that exactly does exist, but it's really weird.
Is it more LA than here? That kind of...
Oh, no. No, I'm sorry to say it's not at all. But here people scrabble desperately to try and find a connection. Oh, didn't you do an episode of Casualty back in 1995? No. But then there's that sort of... But in LA, there's just the kind of, hey, how are you? It's great to see you. You're awesome. I love you.
What's the matter with that? That sounds brilliant.
It is. It's really nice.
I just have people coming up going, oi, oi. I don't know what I meant to say to that.
People come up, they say, this woman came up to me and she went, oh, you look a lot like Minnie Driver. And I was like, oh, yeah, she's pretty good, isn't she? I like her. She's quite pretty. And the woman was like, yeah, I don't like her last movie, it sucked. She's got a jaw like a window frame.
Speaking of meeting random people in the street, I met someone in Stoke-on-Trent last time I was there in the street. They came up to me and said hello and wanted an autograph and wanted a bit of a chat. And they said, do you know Graham Norton? And I went, yeah, I know him a bit. I've seen him around the place. And they went, you know he's straight, he's got a family and kids. That was their showbiz gossip. And I went, I don't know if he has. And they went, I'm pretty sure he has.
I might have refused to sleep with somebody in Stoke-on-Trent once.
For one moment, Graham.
Talking about Aladdin and the genie and everything, you must be, like, animators must just love... Because even in that film, what did you do, 56 voices as Aladdin's genie?
Yeah, it was fun to do voices that you'd never hear in a cartoon, like Jack Nicholson. The idea of him being in a cartoon is like, maybe a little wrong for the kiddies. You know? It was fun because the first day we did it, I said, do you mind if I try something? And they went, oh, fine. And then by the end, they had 23 hours of material to choose from. And even the great thing about it was to even make fun of Disney's own marketing stuff, like the idea of them selling everything. And that was the first time they even made fun of themselves, which was kind of great.
And did you feel like Disney were interfering, or they just let you go?
Oh, I think they let me go because after a while they realized, this certainly works well. Maybe! And then after that, it was like this kind of tradition of hiring comedians to be in cartoons, which is great, because they come and they riff like crazy. And the great thing is when I see you give them a voice and then they draw it, and then the animators go from what you gave them and go even further, which is wonderful. And
can you look at a cartoon and come up with a voice?
Well, like with Happy Feet, I got to be, like, I played 2 different characters. Initially 3, but then they were worried that the one voice sounded too familiar. But when I got to play an Argentinian penguin, is to play the little machismo penguin, you know, the guys, the Argentinian guys are going, what do you know you want it? What are you looking at? You know you want it. Look at it. Don't be afraid of the flippers. I love you. I brought you some pebbles. There's some bling, baby. You want some bling? You know you do. Yes, you're hot, and you know I got a beak that'll make you feel so good. And then you had, like, all the crazy ones, you know?
You get asked to do a lot of charity things, though.
Yeah, well, I am very... I think you should give back. You know, we're all very lucky, but I think you should also take care of yourself first. But I think then you should give back. And so I went to China with Olivia Newton-John. We walked the wall for cancer, and then I osteoporosis. And don't applaud because that gets very tricky. You hear like snap, snap. So don't applaud. But now I want to do, and I did one event, blowjobs for scoliosis. And Graham, they didn't even hear what the charity was. They signed up. Would you be interested in blowjobs? So yes! Because I think it's important to give back.
Yes. But now, just to take you back, because the thing is, all those stories are in the book,
Yeah.
but there's also a lot about when you were young.
Yeah.
And it is, you know, if you're sitting at home and you've just put the children to bed and you're looking at your little angel, just bear in mind that this man here, this was him at once upon a time. This is what he looked like.
That was me.
That was you. Who knew?
Who knew I was going to be the Prince of Darkness at that time?
It even looks like he's praying there.
I know.
He's a little angel.
I was pounding super glue. I couldn't get my hands open.
And before you found music, I mean, you did struggle. You did lots of different jobs, didn't you?
Yeah, I was my first job was a plumber, but I didn't like that because the only time you get work is in the winter when the pipes are burst. So that didn't like it. And then my mother got me a job in a factory tuning car horns. It's true to say that was my first musical job.
What, tuning car horns?
Yeah, it's sitting in a soundproof room, and they would come along and the come back. My mother would be there going, no, keep it working. And then I would tune, and they had to do 900 car horns a day. It's like being in a sound asylum. Well, you need one of them at the end of the day.
And then you worked in an abattoir as well, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Dying trade, though. I worked there I quite enjoyed that because when you get there early in the morning, by the time they've finished all the killing, you go home. So you had... And, you know, I think everybody...
Sharon's making a face. He's bitten the heads off things.
It just sounds so extraordinary to say, oh, I quite like that. But by the time they've finished all the killing, you can go home then.
Somebody's got to do it. It doesn't come out dinosaur-shaped cows. Burgers don't come in.
I love the fact you've given away that you eat dinosaur-shaped food now.
He's a dad. He's a dad. No, but then you turned to crime. You became a burglar.
Yeah, that was even worse.
Yeah, you worked.
I wore gloves with the thumb out. That was how good I was. James Bond 003 and a half. I found me in the garden with a 24-inch television crushing my chest. I fell off the wall with it.
Joanna Lumley, you love doing travel documentaries. You do lots of them.
I do. I love them.
Yeah, but you're very good at them, and you're fearless, it seems to me. Well... The Nile, the one bit I saw, which I just watching it, I'm going, what? Was the... Is it a Ducan? Is it
Why do I just know this is great?
Well, no, you know something.
September.
No, but it seems so unlikely. Of all, you know, how many episodes there were, and of all the bits that I saw, that was the one.
It's called a Ducan. It's something that happens in the Sudan, and it's to prepare brides for looking and being very beautiful for their husbands when it happens. They sit over a small fire, well, a little charcoaly thing on which acacia wood is burnt, under a great black kind of tent over the top of it.
There's a little stool you sit on.
And you sit on a stool which hasn't got a middle, so it's more like sitting on a lavatory seat.
Yes.
And you sit over it butt naked.
Oh. And what's it for? What does it do?
It's to make your skin very smooth. Excellent result. V-smooth.
So
very
it smokes.
nice smelling. But it
smokes.
It also narrows you down.
Oh.
The tears is unpleasant. I didn't want to bring it up.
And the rule of whispering's not really broadcasting.
Can you bring a salmon in with you?
It is actually very pleasant and very nice. And although brides do it every day and, you know, for a month before they get married, thereafter, married women tend to have a Ducan every week just to keep themselves smooth and nice.
And how instant is the...
Well, obviously not like that.
Oh, no, just because in the clip, there's a really... Your face, there's a very...
I was so scared.
As you sit down,
I
your
was so
face...
scared. I didn't know what was going to
the
happen.
expression on your face. Check out Joanna. So this... Would you do it again?
Yes, I would, actually. I would.
Oh, you're all here now.
We are.
Very good.
Yeah. I gave them a bit of a fright because I farted just before I came on stage. I'm really sorry. That's why they came out with a bit of a rush.
Waiting to get out of there.
Did you do...
A lesser performer would have kept that to herself.
Well, I'm really sorry about it.
Well, that's lovely. listen, lovely to see you all. Now, especially Stanley, because we've never had you on the show before, Stanley.
Yeah, and I'm never coming back.
So enjoy it.
Yes, treasure these moments. No, because it's interesting.
I'm just going to sit over here.
This weekend, it was the big Oscars thing, and obviously Oscar nominated for Lovely Bones.
Yes.
So you've been through the whole razzmatazz.
Yeah, through the ringer. Yeah.
Have you been?
I should have been nominated, but I wasn't. I was very angry about it. It was a very good film called The Age of Innocence.
Oh, yes.
And I was marvellous in it. But
Yes, you said, I remember.
I was.
No, it was Martin Scorsese. It was a very posh film.
And the reason that I wasn't nominated was because of Winona Ryder. And I don't like her. I really...
She stole your Oscar nomination.
But what happened was she was nominated as a supporting actress instead of being nominated as a leading actress.
Right, yeah.
And if she jolly well kept herself to herself and been a leading actress, they would have nominated me as a supporting.
That bitch.
Absolutely. I was livid.
I've heard she's very gassy as well.
And so you're saying the paparazzi follow you all the time now?
Pretty much, yeah.
Is that a nightmare?
Yeah, it's horrible. But most of the time, I do get away with it. Like, if I haven't got my lashes and hair up, I can kind of get away with things. But the other day, I popped into an off licence, and I've had a few days off, all right? It's fine. And within 2 seconds, there were like 30 paps outside.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't call them.
But didn't you have... Was it this week? Was it this week you had the wardrobe malfunction thing? Because now, please tell me no paparazzi got
No,
this.
and luckily there was a bus stop full of people, and luckily they didn't recognise me. But I'd woken up and I had a really embarrassing encounter with someone when I woke up. And then, this is really random, sorry. And then I was so mortified that I left the house to go buy some milk and stuff like that, and it was a hot day. And I had this weird dress poncho thing on that had no arms and was only on me around my neck. And I went out and I didn't have time to, like, it was to about here. And I didn't have time to put anything on, and then a gust of wind come. And I was literally, like, hula hooping my dress around my neck. Butt naked. Butt naked. They all laughed, but I had no one to laugh with. It's all right. I'm getting a bit sweaty.
Please, can I have that for my next series?
Thank you. Have it. It was awful. Awful. Old men, old women, young kids. Like, it was awful.
No, but it's brilliant, brilliant. I've seen a towel naked, they'll say.
They didn't know it was me, but they will now.
In terms of kind of, you know, having to beef up for these films, what was Wanted? Was that the first time you'd kind of...
It was the first time I ever had to beef up. Actually, I beefed up a little bit for the thing. Please, thank you very much. And that was a bit weird. There was a lot of eating too much meat and drinking too much protein shake and all of that.
Because protein shakes aren't good for you in the end.
They leave you on set shooting a scene in a car for 3 days, right? Which is fine, but eventually you have to get this protein shake out of you, and it always comes out as flatulence, right? So you're in this car for 3 days, and for a large portion of these 3 days, Angelina bloody Jolie is in the car with you as well. And eventually, after a day and a half or something, you have to turn to her and go, listen, I'm sorry, it's not my fault that you just got in this car 3 seconds after my protein shake said hello. I'm really, really sorry. How's Brad and the kids, by the way?
Was she all right about it?
She's great about it. She's got a good sense of humour and a terrible sense of smell, so we went...
Kate, before we actually get on to why you're here, I've got to ask you about when you were a student, when you were a drama student. You had this is a bizarre story. You had a house that was quite inexpensive to rent in Sydney. Is this true?
Yes, like most acting students.
But
yes.
wasn't it bizarrely cheap to rent?
Oh, no. I stayed in a house in a suburb called Zetland, which was right underneath a smokestack, and I think everyone had asthma. and I think the smokestack's no longer there. But no, someone was murdered in my room, but I discovered in a really awful. It was horrible.
When you were there?
Yeah, no. Someone handed me a DVD of Australia. There's a show called Australia's Most Wanted. Do you have Britain's Most Wanted?
Crime Watch.
Yes, same. And
Well, Britain's Got Talent.
Yes. And the room in which I was staying, which was at the time was only $60 a week, which is incredibly cheap. I was watching it in my bed, and I watched a man climb in through my window and strangle a woman in my bed.
Oh my
and there was a woman murdered, and so for years I thought, well, this is my chance to sort of meet a ghost. There's been, you know, such a traumatic thing going on here. And then I didn't encounter anything until the day that I left. The house was finally disbanding, and I shut the door, and I heard, Kate. And I did send.
There was no one in there?
There was no one in there. Oh, well, I was there. No,
yeah, but there was no one saying...
I wasn't saying it to myself.
No, but there was no one else in there.
No. It was really ooga booga. Oh, wow. But she was murdered in my bed. And
have they changed the bed?
Well, yes.
I guess for $60 a week, you can't
even
complain.
Even if the drama's you do change my own linen.
This is so rubbish. We should have confirmed this. I was calling you Denzel. Is that correct?
Actually, it's Denzel.
Oh, no, is it really?
Yeah, but...
So was your dad Denzel?
Well, he was Denzel. And... yeah. And I'm Denzel Jr. So my mother started calling me Denzel, just so, you know, she'd say Denzel, and we both would show up.
Oh, I see.
So she started calling me
pronunciation thing. Yeah.
But now you've... But you've gone back to... So you're Denzel now?
No, I'm Denzel.
No, is that what I'm saying? Denzel.
Denzel. No, Denzel.
That's all we have time for. But it was lovely to meet you all. No, seriously, Denzel.
Denzel.
Denzel, I'm right. It is Denzel. Okay. No, it's not the only one, because Nicholas, your middle name is quite a mouth. What is it?
Caradoc.
Caradoc?
Yeah, it's Welsh. It means the beloved one.
Does it really?
Yeah, no, it does.
People in Wales watching television now laughing at you. It's lovely. It's lovely.
You know, it's good for my email address. Oh, I shouldn't say that probably.
That's gone. I'm guessing Bill Bailey isn't your real name.
No.
No.
No, it's Mark was the name I was... Yes, there's no pronunciation problems. It's straight. No, I was christened Mark, but there's an old jazz standard song called Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey. Yeah. So, from a very early age, I was known as Bill, and that's just kind of nickname.
But then when it came to your son, it's hard to choose names, I think.
It is.
It's very hard to choose names. So your son, you went for quite a specific name.
Yes, Dax. Yeah. It's a punchy name.
Yeah.
You know, not a. I mean, you know, it's a.
Did you make it up?
No. You know, it's a. I just made it up. Got some Scrabble letters and.
Give me a vowel.
Oh, what have I got here? Oh, no. It's Klingon for you. No. A lot of people think that I chose it because it's a name in Star Trek, in Deep Space Nine. There's a parasitic slug called Dax. What? And a parasitic slug, a symbiont, you know. And a lot of people, because I'm a bit of a science fiction fan, they always sort of think that, you know, it's not that at all. It's an old French name. Actually.
Very nice it is.
Thanks very much.
And Harry, you don't have kids, but you had a nephew, and he got in trouble.
Yes. He's famous in school for telling tall tales, and he went with his little Superman outfit, and the teacher said, "Why are you wearing this at school?" And he said, "Well, because my uncle's Superman." And at which point she was like, "Thomas, tell the truth." And he says, No, my uncle's Superman. And she says, "Thomas, you're going to get in trouble now." And he says, "But my uncle is Superman." And so, sure enough, at the end of school, my sister-in-law goes to collect him. The teacher says, "Listen, I've really had enough. You have to have a word with your son. He's now lying to all his schoolmates saying that his uncle is Superman." At which point my sister-in-law goes, "Ah." Unfortunately, he is. And so he puts his hands on his hips and he says, "Told you." Walks in, lets himself into the car and jumps in.
Hey, before we go tonight, just time for a story two in the red chair. So, who there? Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm Robert.
I'm tempted to do it immediately.
But of all the clothing choices to wear when you're going to be flipped backwards onto a chair, this has got to be the worst.
This story better be good. So, Robert, are you Scottish?
I am from Glasgow.
All right. And do you live down here, or are you visiting?
I've lived in London for 42 years.
All right. But still haven't got new clothes. OK.
Soon.
And what do you do down here, Robert?
Well, I'm a musician.
Oh, right. Like traditional musician?
No.
Oh, no. What sort of music do you do?
Sort of 70s, 60s.
Oh, right.
Play a bit 40 of the Beatles.
Oh, now, I see. Are we morphing into a story here, Robert? Off you go with your story.
OK, my story begins in Germany. I was in the army in Germany. And I was coming home from the pub, slightly inebriated.
Yes, I hear you, Robert.
And I decided that I would have to have a wee. So I stopped by the side of the road to have a wee.
Mm-hmm.
And I started to have a wee.
Yes.
Then I found out that they've got electric fencing in Germany.
Oh.
And it threw me back 2 metres to land on my bottom. I weed down my leg, so it was a very uncomfortable walk home, and it made me completely sober.
We have to flip, though. We have to flip you. We have to flip you. Oh! I've done that. It's really sore. You were up in the Outback. Have you ever done that?
No, but if I ever get drunk enough and I want to sober up, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Have you done it?
No.
Is it just me and Robert?
I think it's pretty much just you two.
No, at school it used to be a thing.
We
used to dare each other to do it.
What school did you go to where they had electric fences?
It was quite a rough area, James. I grew up in the ghetto, you know. But the thing is, because you know, I was talking about the movies you've done. They are you kind of embody these kind of icons for us. It's kind of a...
Well, yes.
Thank you. You know...
Oh, that's great.
Sorry.
But no, because where were you? Were you in Switzerland when you bumped into the tourists? The Japanese tourists?
Oh, this is a true story. I was about to come to the London Palladium and do an act for about a week or so. And I needed to really get in shape. So I used to go around the hills and down and round the hills and down and in the mountains and so on. And I, just to get the legs strong. And then one day I thought, well, this is ridiculous. There's not a soul around. So honest to God, this is a true story. I was doing The Hills Are Alive, and a whole bunch of Japanese tourists came over the rest of the day, and they, with cameras and everything. Honestly, you should have seen their faces. And my heart went right down.
They must have thought, this is good. This is
they
good.
thought I did it every day, I'm sure, and I never did, you know.
Didn't you invite a load of people to your house? Fans to your house? I heard that on the radio yesterday or the day before, but I didn't know whether it was fiction or not.
No, that's true.
That's true?
But how do you select them?
How do you get people to come around your gaff?
Well, basically, I got this idea before I finished the album, and I wanted to call it the 1989 Secret Sessions, because I knew before I finished the album that I was most proud of this album more than anything I'd done before, and so I wanted to give fans a chance to hear it before it came out, like a month before it came out. And I'd never done this before. But I wanted it to be all fans who had never met me before and had been like, I've been to 7 shows, I've never met you, I camped out on the street, I waited outside, I never saw you, whatever. Like, I wanted it to be these people who've been so dedicated, but I've never gotten to thank them in person.
We didn't get an invite, John.
No.
Maybe next time.
But
Next time.
But I just think, Taylor, you know, not to sound like worst-case scenario Andrea, but it sounds like a terrible idea. The worst idea. Was it all right?
Well, so the way that...
Yeah, never doing it again.
The way
the word you're looking for is no.
Actually...
No, you had fun. You liked it.
I found them on the internet. For the...
Tinder.
Which is a...
Tinder. I don't know what you're talking about, Ken.
I would go online, I would look at their Instagram pages or their Tumblr or their Twitter or whatever, and just kind of watch them for months and months. And then go back and just sort of cyber stalk and then I invited them over, and
they came.
And they came, and we've had them at every one of my houses, and.
When did you first start having these feelings?
I have to say, well, this is sweet, right? So the fans, because the fans who go to do it, they then, of course, want to blog about it because they've had this amazing experience.
Of course.
But when they blog about it, it's borderline confusing on whether they had a good time or not. So here are some of the blog things. So we were asked to go to the living room, sit down, not know how much I was sweating during that moment. I was like, the is going to happen? My poor heart could not keep up. Then all of a sudden, she just popped up out of nowhere. She appeared out of thin air like David Copperfield, and we all died, like, for real. Wait, there's more. This one. So she said she'll be playing her album for us. Let me tell you, the noise that came out of my mouth was not human. I legit almost told Mama Swift to call me an ambulance because I wasn't going to make it.
I love them so much because they always talk about dying.
Yeah, I died.
They're like, rest in peace me, R.I.P. me, I died dead.
Yeah. We took a little break, and she was passing around Rice Krispie treats and cookies, and I was talking to her mom for a little, and then I walked back in, and she was like, hey, babe, thanks for coming. Do you want a treat? And I was like, I would, but I think I'm dead. This is brilliant. Mid-sentence, she stopped talking and pointed to Amanda and said, Amanda, I'm so glad you're here. Amanda died right there. She died. and finally, guys, just wait for the one she did with Imogen Heap, because damn, that one slayed everyone to heaven and back. While listening to the song, I literally had to plan my funeral arrangements because I wasn't going to make it. Right on the 60s. Very good. I love them.
Those were so funny, I think I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die right here, just dead.
Because famously, you have this ongoing thing with Brad Pitt.
So I've done some terrible things to Brad. Wait, Brad's done some terrible things to me too.
So how did it start?
I don't remember how. We were doing Ocean's 11, I think it was the first one. And I don't remember what it was. I think initially, one of my favorite things is to get those things that go around your license plate or a bumper sticker, because you never go to the back of your car and look, and put it on people's cars because it's funny and they can ride around, with some horrible, embarrassing bumper sticker. And I found a bumper sticker in the shape of a pot plant that said cops. I put it on the back of his car because I figured there's no way you don't get pulled over. I mean, there's no way. And he got pulled over. And then he went on, I think, Letterman and said, Letterman asked him when he and Angie would get married, and he said, when George can legally marry in the United States. He didn't want to. And it just kept going back and forth with that for a while. And then it was, I had stationery made up with his name, and then I would send letters to other actors from Brad Pitt. I sent Meryl Streep a letter from Brad where I got a big thing of CDs that had, it was a dialect coach. And he had like every dialect, Gaelic, Yiddish, every dialect you could possibly, and this huge thing. And I sent it to her with a note from Brad that said, I hear you're going to be doing the Iron Lady soon. This guy helped me with my dialect in Troy or something. Here, I thought maybe this would help. And I sent it to Meryl, and, she's very confused. I understand it. And I sent letters to lots and lots of people from Brad.
And is that you don't tell either of them?
I don't tell either, no. I later, like 2 years later, I let them know, and then they're like, are you kidding me? I'm doing one now that I can't tell you about, but in a year, you're going to hear that I've been arrested. And
I'm not kidding, because I think I've crossed the line.
Oh, no. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's exciting. I have a wife. She's a barrister. I'll be fine.
The other thing you share is quite short-lived careers in modelling.
Oh, I thought you just said short-lived careers.
Wow.
I was like, oh.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So because you now, what was your big break? Was it Vogue, Esquire?
I think all of the above.
Talk about your modelling. Talk about it.
Or was it, in fact?
You want me to talk about my modelling?
No.
I think he's about to talk about my modelling.
Yeah,
my
no,
God,
because he did. You look at these. Like, it's hard to make a jumper sexy.
True that.
But
Jumper,
I think he's managed it. Has wool ever looked hotter?
I mean, seriously.
Here's the thing. Your sweater has eyeballs.
That was a high point. But I think you can actually still buy that, and it's the point of that is you can learn to knit it yourself. So you guys can take one of those home and knit it yourself.
Right, so I can buy the sweater, and then I have to do it myself as well.
No, actually, there's a classic thing in here. So, you know, when you want something for Christmas and you say to, like, your mummy or your granny, something, oh, I'd really like a really trendy sweat top. I'd like a really nice, trendy, zippy up set top. And then they knit it for you. No!
Yeah, that's the Christmas nightmare.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you still do some modelling, don't you?
Sporadically and very unsuccessfully.
Oh, stop it! You do big brands.
What I did do, I did a campaign for Burberry, which was very amazing, and I did it a few years ago, and Mario Testino shot it. Oh. And I remember doing it was when I was just starting out, and in this photograph there was a model and me, an actor, wannabe actor, and a musician. And Mario Testino, who I'd never worked with, who is one of the most extraordinary, brilliant people, but he's just almost, in that moment, he was almost like a sort of parody of himself. So we had to run and jump for the photograph. And he goes, he's literally got the camera there, and he goes, OK, so darling, you supermodel, you rock star, Eddie, you movie star, I'm Mario Testino, and 1, 2, 3, go! And I left into the air. These two sort of pros, and me with this. But he gets the photos because they're so natural, ones of sort of shock and minor despair and wonder, I think, at the same time.
Because you
don't have my pictures.
No, I don't, because...
And I'll tell you why.
Yes, tell us why, because it's a really amazing job to get.
I was an Abercrombie model.
Get in. Abercrombie & Fitch, ladies and gentlemen,
Don't make your hoots. Wait till we get to the story.
Preemptive hoots.
So my pictures never came out. I did like the whole campaign, and the pictures never came out, and I didn't know why. And my agent wrote and asked why, and they literally only responded with the photos. Because they, like, their whole, like, idea was, like, we want real people. So they, you know, they, like, got, I don't know, we were, like, on a beach, and then they threw us a football, and they're like, play football. And all the other models were, like, playing football, like, in a pretty way, you know, like, and not me. All of the photos, I've got a red face, covered in sweat, my nostrils are flared, I'm like, back of a picture. And, like, at one point, a girl yelled, just get her away from me. So... Yeah, well, you won't see them in a store, that's for sure.
You mentioned a new series of Man Down.
Yeah.
Are you still living with your mother in it?
I am, sadly, yes.
I know, and tragically, this is based on your life. I mean, this is things...
Yeah, but, I mean... Loosely, Graham.
No, but things like, isn't the washing machine, that happened to you?
What?
The washing, you were very hungover.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, tell Tony Foster that story.
All their stories are really cool, though, Graham. When I was teaching, which is what this show is based on, I went home one weekend, and I was in my 30s. I was probably 33 years of age. I went home to see my mother, and then I went back, and while I was at home, my mother did my washing for me, because I was only 33. And then I went back, and on the Sunday night, I got really drunk, and then I went for a curry, and then the next day I went into school. I'm going to. I went into school, and it was a school in Slough, and it was quite a rough school, but they had a really brilliant hearing-impaired department, so there were hearing-impaired kids who, you know, struggled. They were really looked after in the school. Anyway, I was really hungover. I went there, and about break time, I felt really uncomfortable. I thought, something's not right, you know? So I went to the toilet, and I pulled my trousers down, and some of my mother's knickers had got mixed up in the wash she'd done, and I was wearing my mother's underwear. And I went, oh, God, no. Oh, I remember going, oh, you loser, this is such a low point, you loser. And then the curry and the booze kicked in from the night before. So I did like a fecal Jackson Pollock. And I started going, oh, God, not this as well. Oh, Jesus. So I cleaned myself up and I pulled my mother's pants back up. And I went back into the classroom and I saw one of the hearing-impaired kids just looking at me like this. And that's when I remembered that I had a microphone directly... Here we go. So maybe Man Down isn't that far-fetched.
But now, what happened? Because the dancing didn't go to plan in Crazy Stupid Love.
No.
Oh, yeah. You mean the Dirty Dancing lift?
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to do that, and then what happened?
Oh, you don't remember?
Well, I remember, but I'd like to hear you.
You'd like to hear me tell?
Your version of it?
Well, listen, when I was... When I was about 7 years old, quick story. When I was about 7 years old, I was in gymnastics class, and I was on these parallel bars that are about 6 feet off the ground, and I was standing on the top of the bars, and the teacher was holding me by the ankles, and somehow or other, she let go. And I was standing on this bar, and I felt myself beginning to tip forward, and I put my arms in like this, and I fell 6 feet to the ground. And I broke both of my arms at the same time.
Wow.
And yeah, and so I you know, I spent a whole summer. I lived in Arizona, which is like 120 degrees, which I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Hot.
quite hot. So I had a cast and all the, you know, it was miserable. It was the day before the last day of school. Anyway, I had internalized this. That's a really important.
It's an important detail.
I really know how to tell a story. So, anyway, years later, we do Crazy Stupid Love. I know that we're going to do the Dirty Dancing lift. I don't know, however, that I have an internalized phobia of being, you know, lifted over someone's head at the height of about 6 feet. So I run to do the lift, and Ryan lifts me over his head, and what did I do, Ryan?
I've never had this happen, but I imagine if a possum fell out of a tree and started trying to scratch your eyes out, it would be something similar.
It was a lot. And then it was like a full meltdown. I mean, I had like a real meltdown.
Yeah, you had to go...
I had to go
you crawled in bed and watched
Labyrinth.
Labyrinth. We were in a house and she was like, I have to go watch Labyrinth.
For an hour, I went and laid down crying, watching Labyrinth. This is so stupid. And then Ryan came in and was like, yeah, right? And then the directors came in and were like, yeah, right? We're going to use the devil. And I was like, great. By the way, Jennifer Connelly is a revelation in this. I've never seen it. Anyway.
Do you have ink? You see, it's so unlikely that you have ink. But
I have ink. Is that like the street way of saying you've got a tan?
Yeah.
You've got ink.
You've got ink.
Yeah. Yeah, people always say, I'm really surprised.
I can see some ink.
Yeah, that's my piece, that's my dove and heart. Peace and love, man.
Oh, there's the dove, I see,
Hang
yes.
on.
Yes, I get it,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
I've got a lovely, you know when you've had socks on all day and you've got a lovely... I just showed that to the nation for the Easter weekend, so there's a treat.
That's bad circulation.
Is it bad circulation?
Apparently so.
Oh, great, thanks.
That's what happens when you...
And Miranda, he's a doctor.
Yeah,
And I'm old.
And I've got a tattoo here of Chinese symbols, which I won't show you because I'd show my breasts on television. And the shoe was bad enough. And it's Chinese symbols, but I don't know what it means.
Maybe it says Peter.
It might say Peter. But once I was at a... getting on a tube, and a Thai man came up to me and said, "I promise you I'm not joking, but in my language, that means mind the gap." And I was like, come on, you must be. And he was like, honestly, I swear on my life, so I don't know.
And actually, there's a lot of tattoos on the couch because Keeley Halls, do you have a tattoo?
I did have a tattoo.
Oh.
Yes, I did, and I got it removed.
What was it of? The ink?
Oh, my ink was... it was a dolphin.
Oh.
I'm sorry to anybody who does have a dolphin. I'm sure it's lovely. But I got inked when I was 17, and then I started having children and things and thought...
Oh. The dolphin became more of a manatee.
Yes.
And is it this that you being bendy and doing the trapeze thing? Was there a moment when I think you overexerted yourself? Was it in front of Hugh?
Okay, see, here's what happened. Let me just clear the air literally. So here's the story, people.
Literally.
All right?
Yeah.
So we were doing, I'm not going to name the person because that's embarrassing, okay? The point is we were doing a stunt in front of Hugh Jackman. Now, I have very few scenes with Hugh Jackman, and I was very nervous. It was not you.
Okay. It's not you.
To clear the air. And I was on my, my A game because this is Hugh Jackman, and I do not want to mess up. So we're doing this thing where I'm basically up in the air, and I spin down, and I get caught, and I heard a fart. Now wait.
We all heard the fart.
We all heard the fart. Now, as a professional, I was going to carry on. It was not me. I just want to clarify right here, right now, it was not me. So they're laughing. The other person, okay, is laughing, and Hugh is laughing. I'm like, okay, are we just gonna like pretend like it didn't happen? Or are we gonna like laugh about it? And what happened was the person who was a grown man blamed it on me.
Yeah.
So Hugh thought that I farted. But the crazy thing, I would never do that.
No one thought that was you. No one.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If I ever farted in front of you, it would definitely be silent but deadly. I would never audibly. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lady.
Never to self.
Now, I'm not suggesting that any of you are actual criminals, but
we are.
All I'm saying is, watch yourself around Rihanna. Now, Rihanna, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know how criminal you are. Okay, let's just look at this picture. Did you ask permission from the club when you left holding this glass? Because I don't think
that might have been one that I took to the club.
Yeah.
Oh, she took
what about this one? What about this one?
Crystal.
Did you ask about that glass?
That looks...
I'll just speed it up. What about this one? What about this one? Did you ask about that one?
That's the same one.
That's coming out of my wages.
That's the
Come back. Okay, what about this one? There you are leaving a fashion show.
I took that back to the hotel that I took it from.
Of course you did. Yeah. This one. There's another one. There's another one. And sometimes you don't even bother to seal the glass. Just a bottle. We're never seeing that glass again.
My mom is going to see this. Sorry, Mom.
Has anyone ever tried to stop you, or you just, I'm Rihanna?
Oh, come on.
Can you imagine?
What are you talking about? I own those glasses.
She brought them with her.
Of course you do now. Meanwhile, Doctor Who. It's a global franchise. Global.
Yeah.
Where do they choose to have the world launch?
Sheffield.
Yeah.
I don't want any patronizing crap. It was a glorious day. It might as well have been LA. The sun was out. I was being
very warmly received from,
Why were you
fellow Yorkshire people going, Judy, Judy, in the way I say my name. So I felt very at home. It was wonderful.
Now, you're not from Sheffield. Where are you from? It's called...
Oh, the town is Huddersfield.
Oh, yes.
And the village is called Skelmanthorpe.
Skelmanthorpe?
Yes.
But now... so I don't understand, but then there's a special name for people from Skelmanthorpe, which I don't understand.
I'm allowed to say this out because this goes out past when kids have gone to bed.
Yeah, it goes out tomorrow.
So, I did know that. So, the name for me would be affectionately referred to as, oh, are you a Shat lass? Yeah, I'm from Shat. And there's Shat taxi, Shat pizza, there's Shat everything. Because the nickname of the village, Skelmanthorpe's really long. But then it's to do with, I really don't remember the specifics, but hopefully, you know, this is the vague story, but I think in the olden days, there was a quarry and the local trade was people smashing slate. And so they were shatterers. And so then if you were from the village and the workers lived in the village, you were a shatter. And then now, however many years later, you're from Shat. I know, but the thing was, I didn't really realise it, and my boyfriend at the time, now husband, who's from Tucson, got out at Wakey train station and Shat taxi picked us up, and he was like, oh my God. It's going to be great then. Welcome to the family.
The Shat family.
Yeah.
Shat family.
Tucson, Arizona?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lee, obviously, you've done lots of stand-up and you've done those tours, but you have... have you just done one play in the West End?
One play, yeah.
With Griff?
With Griff Rhys Jones, called The Miser, in the West End, which... Oh, there I am, looking...
Yes. No, proper acting.
I mean, be honest, Pamela...
Pamela.
Pamela, be honest. I have to ask you a question, be honest. Would you freeze frame that at home and do a similar thing, or... Maybe if you wanted it to last longer.
But you did get yourself match ready. You decided, right, I need to be fit.
Yeah, because it's hard, isn't it, being in a play? I didn't realise this, and it's two shows a day on some days, and I thought, I'm going to look after myself. So I stopped eating sugar for about 4 weeks before, and I was really strict about it. And then on the first couple of shows, I was really craving it, and I went to a health shop, and they had a bag of sweets that had no sugar in them. I thought, this is my dream come true.
I know what's coming.
You know what's coming, don't you? I didn't know what was coming. So I had one or two. If you haven't eaten sweets for 6 weeks and like me, you're obsessed with them, I ate the lot. I ate 40 to 50 of these little sweets. Some of you know what's happening here, don't you? Yeah. So I go on stage and I'm nipping off stage and I'm on and off a lot. And what's that rumbling? Feeling a real rumble, you know. I won't go too graphic, but let's just say I went to the toilet and it went out a lot quicker than it came in. Well, at least it's out, right? But it started coming back again. So I look at the packet thinking, it must be this. And on the back it says, do not eat more than 1 or 2 of these at a time because they are a laxative. I've eaten 40 of these. I'm on and off a lot, right? So it's bad enough, the situation, but it's made worse by the fact that in the middle of the show, I had to turn round and show my bare backside to the audience. That was the gag. I turned round, the audience laughed, and there it is, right? And I'm thinking, I'm terrified. I'm terrified anyway, but at least with your costume on, if an accident happens, you're off, right? Imagine that front row. I mean, that's a hell of a heckle put down, isn't it? And I am terrified. I'm thinking, I can't do that. And I'm literally going every few minutes. As soon as I go off, I'm in the toilet, and this scene is about 5-10 minutes long. And I said to the costume woman, I had to tell her, I said, I'm really nervous about this because I've been going to the toilet a lot and I can't think I can hold it in. She said, don't worry, Lee. If worse comes to worse, I'll put a tampon up there. and I said, no. If worse comes to worse, I'll be putting the tampon up there. And it did get me thinking. I'm not even sure that would have worked. Because that would have just come out like a missile. Taking someone's eye out.
Try being in the audience then.
Never heckle Lee Mack. You wouldn't believe what he did.
You're in England. Now, Justin, is it British food you're particularly fond of?
Yes, I'm a big fan of the sticky toffee pudding.
Of course.
Scones.
Yes. Yeah. See, that got a reaction. Sticky toffee, they were like, oh, he's our sort of person.
Yeah. Just carbs. However, just bread. Any type of bread I can have.
What did you say, scone or scone?
Scone.
That's somewhere in between. You've got to commit.
Yeah, no, I'll just say scone then.
Scone.
Yeah, I like a scone.
Down there.
Well, you're going to get trolled.
Honestly,
you got to say, yeah, always working.
My Trolls World Tour. Coming out soon.
People don't like that. It's either scone or scone, you have to say, or you'll get, abuse. You will get abuse.
Oh.
Yeah. People in Devon and Cornwall will kick off.
Good. All right, good to know.
No, they do. Yes. They really care.
You genuinely look scared. They will.
I like the cream and then the jam.
Oh, no.
This is going very wrong.
Why did you say that?
I love how contentious I love what this does. This also warms my cold heart.
Because, Anna Kendrick, you've noticed something about British people and the way they speak, that we do a funny thing.
Well,
we think it's funny.
No, I mean, I love every regional accent, every dialect. I'm a big fan.
You're not getting into that scone mess.
Please don't hurt my neck. But I like that because there's so many accents to such a small country, everybody sort of puts on different voices when they're doing little bits and stuff.
Yeah.
But I had a thing where I was checking into a hotel and somebody came out and said, "Oh, do you need help with your bags?" And I thought they were doing a bit. So I went, "Oh, I've been traveling all day, I have no idea." And then they kept talking like that. So I had to slowly transition out of it. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration of their voice, but then I was back in the country several years later and they were on TV on Gogglebox because it was Steph and Dom from Gogglebox.
Is that
amazing? So they actually talk like that.
That is hilarious. I never knew that was a real hotel bed and breakfast thing.
Yeah.
You stayed there.
I stayed there.
Yeah.
And accidentally made fun of them to their face.
Alan, what's that story you have about
Yeah, a very good friend of mine. She was going through a really stressful time, and a lovely aunt said, "Listen, I'm going to get you a head massage." So she went to this clinic, had a head massage. She was in the room, and the woman said, "Can you take your knickers off?" Bit weird for a head massage. Okay, yeah. So she took her knickers off, and she's like that. And then the woman came back in. She was South African. She went, "No, Nicholas."
We call it a necklace. Nicholas, take a necklace off.
Yeah, take a necklace off.
I get it.
I love the way you've explained the joke back to me. I love it. Yes, I know, I told you.
I've got a picture of you at the Oscars, the night of the Oscars. And so this diamond...
Oh, my God, I look just like that right now. It's so weird.
It's uncanny. But that is the diamond... That diamond is in the middle of that Breakfast at Tiffany's necklace.
Yeah, so that diamond was in a necklace that Audrey wore for Breakfast at Tiffany's. And then the diamond was put into a different setting, and it's this priceless diamond that Tiffany's had, and they offered it to me to wear at the Oscars, and I was, the street kid in me from New York was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna wear that big thing.
But does it not kind of wreck your night? Because presumably you've got security guards under each armpit, and there's people crawling all over
Graham,
you.
I already thought I had too much security before I put that diamond on, and then I put that diamond on, and I was like, am I the president? I didn't really know what was going on. And it was really funny because I really didn't know what was going to happen that night. I was just excited to be there. You know, that's mostly generally how I feel at these events is like, oh, I'm just happy to be here, right? And so then I won an Oscar, and I was so excited, and I'm having champagne, and I'm drinking, and my sister was my date, so, you know, like, we're really barreling through the champagne backstage with the Oscar, and I just leave, and I leave with the diamond on, and I didn't tell anyone, like, I just left. And Tiffany started freaking out. They were like, she's gone. She left with the diamond. And actually, I went to go hang out with Madonna at her manager's house. And I got to the house, and I was just chilling with Madonna while, like, all these security guards were, like, just side-eyeing me from, you know, every corner of the room, and every time I hugged someone, they would like get a little closer to make sure it was still on, and then I left, and I really wanted to go to Taco Bell, so we were trying to go to Taco Bell, and then all of a sudden the car got pulled over by Tiffany's security, and it was very politely removed from my neck.
Lolly, because you work in America a lot, you're filming Shrill and things there. Did you get stuck in America?
No, I did all my American stuff before, because I saw the virus coming.
She's a witch.
I got it all done.
But now, am I right in thinking your first taste of Hollywood was Mission Impossible?
Yes, I was the lead role in Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so,
I was believing you. No, they believe you. They're clapping. They're clapping you. Think she's lying. No.
She's in it. But who did you actually play?
I played Women at Desk.
Now you remember. But did you, because you were in the famous scene.
I was in the infamous scene.
Yeah, this is Tom. This is where he broke his foot.
Yeah.
But now you're on the other side of the, you're in the window.
Yeah, you can sort of see. I think if you sort of zoom in a little bit more and you sort of keep zooming in, you can see that I'm sort of behind that window.
Were you really behind the window?
I was really behind the window, giving the performance of a lifetime.
So what, is he flying to kick you?
Yeah. He's flying to congratulate me on my performance. Really well.
And then you shut the window and ruined his performance.
Yeah, he broke his ankle.
So he kicked the building and broke his ankle?
Yeah, he was supposed to land, but his foot slammed into the wall of the building. God. And then they had to stop production for months. But I got there in the end. Yeah.
Did you have to audition for Woman
I
at
did,
Desk?
yeah. I had to go to an audition room and they said, like, OK, so pretend that you're at your desk and you're eating lunch, and then Tom Cruise slammed into the window. So I was like...
Very good.
That's how you get up.
Yeah, excellent. Very good.
Now, I turned round looking for Tom Cruise.
And this is a breakthrough role for you, Jack, because an American accent.
Yes.
Yes.
I was doing an American accent.
What, in that clip?
Yeah.
Olivia! He was.
I feel the Oscar buzz fizzling away.
It was.
No.
I'm so sorry. I heard it. Terrible.
Yes, no.
Yeah. It was good. It was
Thank
good.
you very much.
I heard it. I heard it. It was
You
good.
see, what a lot of actors do when they do an American accent is they tend to just go for, like, one region of America and they commit to a single American accent. I decided with this role that I would take us on a tour around all 50 states. Sometimes in the same scene. I thought, why just do one when you can show off them all? So I would start the scene talking like I was from New York, and then all of a sudden I'm suddenly speaking like I'm a Cali girl, and by the end of the scene they're stopping me because it sounds like I'm from the Dukes of Hazzard. And it went all over the place. But I thought, you know, just show off your skills.
And it's out in America already, so are you getting responses from audiences? Are people liking it?
Yeah, people seem to really like it. It's done great in the States, and yeah, I'm excited for it to come out here. People take it very seriously in America because it's kind of like their version of Paddington. So, and that's kind of the tone of the movie as well. But like grown adults who grew up with Clifford the Big Red Dog and get so like obsessed over the weirdest details as well.
Oh.
There was a guy who tweeted at me. It's quite weird. He was in the cinema and he'd taken a screenshot, and it was a screenshot of Clifford from behind with his tail up, and he tweeted at me going, "Why doesn't Clifford have an anus?" I was like, should you be at a kids' film? Should you be near children at all? And then it's one of those crazy things, because it's the internet. Underneath, there's like a whole discussion underneath this comment saying, if he doesn't have an anus, then he can't poop. And then someone else underneath it, best response ever, had put, maybe that's why he's so big.
Very good. Well, your character at Babylon, she is a kind of hustler. And is that... That seems like that's kind of true, because you were one of those actors, you didn't wait for the phone to ring.
Yeah.
You were out there, you wanted a gig, you went for it. Is that right?
Banging down doors. Yes, I called Fremantle Media like every day until someone made a mistake and put me through to the casting agent for Neighbours. That's how I got my audition. I just kept calling them. And then one time someone foolishly let me through, and I spoke to Jan Russ and said, oh, I'm in town working on something, which it was a half-truth. And she was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 17. And she was like, oh, we need a 17-year-old girl right now. Come in for an audition next week.
There you go. Serendipity. Brilliant.
Yeah. So, cold call, write letters, whatever you got to do. I still do it. I still write to people that I want to work with. And
imagine me doing that. I'm a dish pig. Put me through.
I'm here working.
Yeah. Very busy.
I literally was... I wasn't a dish pig at that time anymore. I was working at Subway at that time. I felt so vindicated quitting. I was like, I got a job on Neighbours. I have to hand in...
I'm now an actor.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And now, Cher, you know, no, it's just that idea of being a diva. Do you ever catch yourself being a diva?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. No, I just got to tell you, I am like the least diva that I just forget to be a diva. I just don't understand it. I'm not kidding. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
And now, Timothy, you're kind of, you know, obviously you've made loads of films already, but have you witnessed meltdowns and bad behaviour so far?
Oh, wow. What a question. And I've been lucky. I've worked with really kind people.
OK.
That's the truth, I promise.
We'll draw a veil.
Yeah.
Hey!
But wait a minute. I've seen people melt down. You want to slap them upside their head, OK? I'm not kidding. Big people, big directors, not big actresses, but big directors. And one really awful actor who was so mean to me that I started to cry and I walked off the set. So that happens sometimes, not usually. I mean, almost never, but sometimes people can just be so cranky and not thinking about your feelings. And it's, you know, I had a director that just made me sob and sob and sob.
Me too.
Really?
And I hated him.
And do they do it to kind of just exert control? I'm bigger, it doesn't matter how big a star you are, I'm bigger than you.
He asked me in the afternoon, where do you think we should shoot the scene? In the kitchen or in the dining room? And I said, well, I think the dining room. The next morning he comes in, he's eating an egg sandwich and said, you know, you can't tell me where to do it and you can be cut out of this movie because it's not about you, it's about the boy. And I was like, okay. And then later in the scene, he touched me and I said, get your fucking hands off of me.
That's what we want from Cher. Saoirse, just your first one was when you were 13. That's so bonkers.
13.
And again, Mom was your date.
Mom was there. Mom's been at all of them. She can't get enough. She loves it. She went and there I am.
Oh my God!
In a nice green dress.
No, goes that for that's Halloween. That's Halloween.
On, Ireland. You're wearing a green dress.
You should have been
I didn't have a choice. That was me in my green dress.
Oh.
And Mom came with me and she was so excited. All she wanted to do was meet John Travolta.
Did she?
Yeah, she met John Travolta. She'd been to see Saturday Night Fever 27 times.
Wow.
In the cinema.
27 times. So all she wanted, she didn't care whether I won or lost. She's the one that's put this mindset in my head. She's like, you're gonna lose. I think it was Tilda Swinton that was gonna win that year, and she's like, you're not gonna win. But I am gonna meet John Travolta. And while we were on the red carpet, I think I was doing an interview for like E! Or something like that, and I was so, you know, you're so unaware of everything when you're that age, and apparently behind me, Ma'am was stood there and George Clooney went by and he stopped to talk to someone and he was stood on her dress. And the whole way through the interview, Ma'am's just going, excuse me. And she gets like progressively more aggressive and she's like, can you get off? So that's all everyone talked about.
It was phenomenal. It was so good. The thing that was, and this is not a complaint. Wow.
Yeah, I think that was Wembley. That looks like Wembley.
3.5 hours. When did you know? Was it like opening night when you realised, oh, this is 3.5 hours?
It was. We tried so hard to get it to be shorter than that, but I wanted to over-deliver. You know, I really wanted people to get more than they expected. It just really felt like something that I had to do because I'm like, I know these tickets are going to be hard to get. I didn't know how hard they would be to get. And people are going to like, I don't know, people have lives and priorities, and if they're going to dedicate any part of those lives to coming to this big show, to packing stadiums like this, I want to over-deliver on production, over-deliver on the length of it, the exertion, the kind of surprises they're seeing. And I'm endlessly proud of feeling like we achieved that.
Oh, you so did. You really, really did. And I'm sure people who were there, I thought, what was so lovely, being in the stadium, the atmosphere, you knew that in that stadium, have only been like 90,000 people, nothing bad was happening. No one was having a fight. There was no argy-bargy kicking off. Everyone was just having the loveliest time.
It was the loveliest time.
Yeah.
And I would hear all these stories about people making friends, and the whole friendship bracelet thing was pretty beautiful too, where people would make friendship bracelets and they would trade them with each other and they'd meet each other. They are the friendship bracelets. Yeah. And it was kind of this sweet thing that the fans did on their own. We didn't like market this. This wasn't like a thing that we did, or else I would have invested in beads.